What up, though, people? Thank you for pushing play on the Lion's Word vlog. We are on chapter 58 of book one of Adam and Eve. There's two books of Adam and Eve. We're on book one. I know you haven't seen me post. If you've been keeping up, if keeping, if you've been keeping up, then you know that I haven't posted in a few weeks. That's by design. I've just decided to not take breaks in the middle of a book anymore. So like I said at the end of the previous video of chapter 57, you know, I will just, when I break now, like every few months, every 2-3 months, I'll just stop in the middle of a book. Like, now I won't stop in the middle of a book like I did this time. I'll wait until the end of a book, and then I'll take that break and let people catch up, and I'll let y'all know, like, all right, catch up, and then I'll be back in a few weeks, you know, that type, seasons type things. So chapter 58, let's jump into it. Then Adam and Eve spread their hands. This is a short chapter, so I think what I might do is go ahead and read this one. Okay, let's just see what happens. Then Adam and Eve spread their hands unto the Most High, unto God, praying and entreating him, petitioning to him to drive Satan away from them, that he do them no violence, and do not force them to deny the Most High God. Then God sent him, then Yahweh or Elohim, the Most High, sent to them at once his angel, who drove Satan away from them. This happened about sunset on the 53rd day after they had come out of the garden. Then Adam and Eve went into the cave and stood up and turned their faces to the earth to pray to God, pray to the Most High. But while they prayed, Adam said to Eve, Lo, thou hast seen what temptations has befallen us in this land. Or look, you have seen what temptations have befallen us, have come against us where we are. Come, let us arise and ask the Most High to forgive us the sins we have committed, and we will not come out until the end of the day next to the 40th. And if we die herein, he will save us. So Adam is still trying to figure out, like, man, maybe we could just stay in the cave. It's like, and if we peace out of here, we just gonna trust the Most High. Cause I don't even want to go outside. Adam's like, I ain't going outside. They was crazy outside then too. The wood get warm, and then here come the devils walking down the street, acting crazy. Same thing be happening out here with these morons, man. Same thing. Then Adam and Eve arose and joined together in entreating and praying to the Most High. They abode thus praying in the cave, neither did they come out of it by night or by day, until their prayers went up out of their mouths like a flame of fire, intense, passionate, like engulfing, like constant. Remember, fire is all those things that I just said. So, and ever going. And if it's not doused, it's going to keep going. Powerful. Make you shield yourself. Make you respect it. They was sending a serious word up, is what it means. Let's jump to chapter 59. But Satan, the hater of all good, did not allow them to end their prayers. Here go this hater here. Did not allow them to end their prayers. For he called to his hosts, and they came, all of them. He then said to them, since Adam and Eve, meaning he called his energy. And his energy, they about to try and they about to send a serious move, send a serious punch Adam and Eve way, if you catch my drift. Okay? And remember, in the previous verse, remember what happened. That dark one revealed himself to Adam and Eve as who he really is, and told them, like, yeah, I'm against you. I tricked you. I'm against you. I'm about to start getting at y'all. Like, and so here we go, right? And I mean, this is the same Instant. Like they done got to praying and praying and praying and praying again. And here come Lucifer like, oh, you're right. You thought a whole bunch of prayer was going to keep me away from you. Now that prayer get him up out of there. That prayer protect him. But that prayer ain't going to stop Satan from tempting him and trying to take him up out of here. Same with the present day. So, for he called his hosts, and they came, all of them. He said to them, since Adam and Eve, whom we beguiled, whom we tricked, and we made them pay obedience to us, to our spirit, to our energy, to our essence. Okay? Because it's not just like a singular cell. It's more. It's an S. That's why it's called the hosts. So if they get gathered, that's the main overarching energy. If you understand the chemistry, that's the main element causing things to bind and come together. Okay? So he says, since Adam and Eve, whom we beguiled, have agreed together to pray to Yahweh, pray to the Most High night and day, and to entreat him to deliver them. And since they will not come out of the cave until the end of the 40th day, and since they will continue, I'm sorry, old English, bear with me. So sometimes it's some different punctuations marks that's kind of like a little confusing. And since they will continue their prayers as they have both agreed to do, that he will deliver them out of their hands and restore them to their former state, see what we shall do to them. Since they're going to do all that, let's do something to them. And his hosts said unto him, power is thine, O our Lord. See, there's that Lord word in capital too. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So like I always say, the name ain't God and Lord. That word Lord, it has its roots in the English language, and men were referring to themselves as God is Lord, God and Lord, before they ever referred to the sacred one as a God or Lord. Right here, they're calling the ones who are under Lucifer, Satan, El Shaitan, that dark one, the ones who are under him are referring to him as Lord. But that's English. So what they're saying is, master, leader, all the power is yours. Deceptive little boogers. They so deceived and so blind, they don't even realize it. They paying obedience to him like he's the Most High. And that's what he wanted from them humans, that new being. That was endearing to him. It was something about that to him, magnetic to him. He wanted to be the man. Like all these humans always want to do. Lying, deceptive, manipulative humans. And I know because I used to be one, so don't act like they ain't out here. All right. Power is thine, O our master, to do what you want to do. Do what you list. Do what you feel like doing. Do what you will. All right. Then Satan, basically praising the lower one. Then Satan, El Shaitan, Lucifer, the devil, the dark one, great in wickedness, 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 took his host and came to the cave in the 30th night of the 40 days. Remember, because they're praying at this point. So now they didn't been, you remember they said that was something like the 53rd day. Now they up in like the 90th day. Like it been some months if we still counting it like that back then. I don't really know how they were counting it, but it's been a while, right? So he says in the 30th night of the 40 days and one, so 31 nights, and he smote Adam and Eve until he left them dead. Then came the word of the Most High unto Adam and Eve, who raised them from their suffering. And the Most High said unto Adam, be strong and do not be afraid of him who has just come to thee. Right here, I've just started thinking in my head and in my heart, Spirit, what did they mean smoke? Like, was he beating on? Like, what happened? And the Spirit just told me that, they were going through things in that cave that some health things, different things that they were going through, and that negative energy was the thing that came and moved on them and tried to get their chemistry to die through those things that they were facing in different elements or ailments and different mindsets that perhaps were really heavy on them to the point where they just were so depressed the body starts getting stressed. They face some sickness, or perhaps they literally came up in there and started trying to fight them cats. I don't but what we know is that they came against them humans. That's what we know. All right. So, and tried to leave him dead. But the word of the Most High came and rose him up and said unto Adam, be strong and do not be afraid of he who would just come to thee. But Adam wept and said, where was thou? Where were you, oh my God, my leader, the creator, Yahweh, Elohim, where were you? Where are you? That they should smite me with such blows, and that this suffering should come upon us, upon me, and upon Eve, thy handmaid. Now again, smite me with such blows. So that does not necessarily mean that it was physical punches, blows, smites. Okay. You could go through something in life and it could be like a devastating blow. Man, that was a devastating blow, man. And you could have multiple. You could say, man, I'm being smitten. Which is that Bruce Almighty, smite me, Almighty smiter. I think it's Bruce Almighty. I don't know if it's Bruce Almighty or not, whatever. I think it's Jim Carrey says that in one of his movies. Anyhow, like, man, if it keep happening, right? So it don't necessarily mean that they was in there getting duped up. Literally, physically, or it could. But we, like what I said, we do know they came under attack. Then Yahweh, or the Most High, said unto him, O Adam, see, he is Lord and Master of all thou hast, of all you have, all you see. He who said he would give thee divinity. Man, why is that? Because they left their higher state and paid obedience to him, so he became their master. Not because the Spirit of the Most High wanted them to. He takes pride and honor in having to tell Adam and Eve that he runs all this stuff because you're under his command. You should have stayed obedient to me. Where is this love for thee that he said he had? Remember, now here go the Most High again, because Most High just asked Adam and Eve this a few chapters ago, if you following. He said, where's his love for you? And where's this gift that he promised? Where's all the stuff that he said he was going to do for you? Where's the true leadership that he said he was going to give you? Where's the power that you were supposed to have gotten in your mind from partaking in that fruit like that? Where is he? Where is it, Adam? But you see what he's doing though now, right? And why is all this talk even necessary now for me to even be reading this in 2025 and this is thousands of years old? Because he promised the human beings that they would have a path to get back to the higher state and get this planet together. With him, of course. Because it ain't in the humans. I'll tell you that now, because if it was, even if the humans started doing the right thing and making the choices, the Spirit of the Most High still, there's a trajectory. The humans don't get to be like, oh man, we're going to do this now, we're going to do this now. Humans can't even create a new animal species from straight up out the air. So what are you talking about? Move left. Like, get out of here. Like, the only thing humans have been able to do is splice and try to crossbreed. So, like what I said, they can't create no animals out of thin air. Or they can't create the process for the animals to evolve into thin air. So, yeah, I ain't trying to hear what no human talking about when it comes down to certain things. Even though I'm human. And I ain't even trying to talk about certain things. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even on what they on. Oh man. Okay. He says, where's all this at? For once has it pleased him, O Adam, to come to thee, to comfort thee, and to strengthen thee, and to rejoice with thee, and to send his host to guard thee. It ain't happened, in other words, because you have hearkened to him, and has yielded to his counsel, and has transgressed my commandment, but you followed his behest. He ain't never came to you, strengthened you, rejoiced with you, sent his host to guard you because you listened? Is he trying to help you? Is he trying to help you move forward? Is he trying to help you know what's going on for real in life? Let's bring this fast forward up to 2025. Is those devil-minded, low-vibing, dark friends, is those people in your life really going to help you get where you gotta get? Are they? You paying obedience to them like they just is the greatest thing walking since sliced bread. Where's all the things he promised you? Where's the comfort from when you hurting out here? When you want to get back to the garden, can he let you back in? You actually have a path to get back in. He can't get back in at all, or his hosts. And he better be glad that I don't fully destroy him. That's coming from the spirit of Yahweh. He better be glad I don't fully destroy him and his hosts. The only reason I don't is because I have great love and I created them. But they are not getting back to the high level. And when it's time, they're going to get removed completely out of the equation of earth. So that's where we're moving for right now. Evil is about to get snipped off this boy. Is already happening. It's going to continue to happen until you look up and this planet is going to be extremely different because all them evil, they going to be gone. I'm going to watch what I say. I was about to call them bastards. I just said it. So whatever. They going to be gone. Know a lot of people like, oh, bastard, that's a curse word. I apologize if you feel offended, okay? Because I am doing this under the spirit of the Most High. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but man, screw them evil airheads, bro. If when it's time for evil to get flushed up off the planet, if they on that evil junk, doses they can get flushed. And just like the spirit told Ezra in the book of 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, do you think that I have given them all of this grace and chance for salvation and patience and a chance to change themselves? And I've watched them sin over and over and over and over and over and over for decades and over for generations over and over. And they don't stop their kids from doing the same crazy stuff they did before. Do you think when they die in that evil state that I'm going to give 2 cents into caring about the fact that they're gone? I won't, Ezra. That's what he says to him. He says, now before that point, my heart is for them. They have everything that they need to see to be able to choose, but are they doing it? So why do you think, Ezra, that I'm going to be bit out of shape over the ones who don't make it? And P.S. Ezra, because Ezra had this modesty issue, which ain't a bad issue to have, but he had this thing where he kept like comparing himself. He's like, oh, well, all the humans and it might be better for us to have never been born if we got to go through that. And he looking at the prophet, he's like, Ezra, the spirit's like, Ezra, who told you that you got to go through that? Stop comparing yourself to them heathens, to them goyims, to them demons and them devils. Stop comparing yourself to them. You're nothing like them. Right? What fellowship has light with the darkness? You understand? When Yahshua was going out into ministering and teaching to the people, he wasn't fellowshipping. He was loving. He was the modern church would call it fellowship, religion. No, he was loving. He was being patient. He was being kind. He was showing the fruits of the spirit. That's what he was doing. He was being an example to try and get them together. Please understand that. That wasn't him going and hanging out with them all the time because he's just, I'm Jesus. I hang out with the sinners. People say that all the time. Oh, Jesus hung out with the sinners. No, he didn't hang with them. What he did was went around them and attempted to influence them. Hanging with them. No, he didn't, because they was hanging at different places than what he was hanging at. What's wrong with people, bro? Okay, I'm gonna keep reading because it had been something wrong with me before. So I can't, let me be careful. Where's the gifts? Where's the promises? Where's all this stuff that he said he was gonna do? I got about 5 more minutes and I'm about to be done. It's 3 more verses. Okay? For once it pleased him, O Adam, to come to you, to comfort you, to strengthen you, to rejoice for you. Where's all that stuff at? Has it happened? For once, has it happened, Adam? That's what he's saying. For once. Has he come and done anything to help you? For once. He's only tried to destroy you. Do you see now who you chose to obey? Do you see why you should have been obedient to me? Or you just want to just do whatever you want to do because that's all you want to do? Then Adam wept before the Most High and said, O Lord, because I have transgressed a little, thou hast sorely plagued me in return for it. I ask you to deliver me out of his hands, or else have pity on me and take my soul out of my body now in this strange land. In other words, I don't even want to live no more. Just why give me life? I didn't know what nothing was before you created me, and now I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I messed up. I can't take it. They were having a hard time. Again, like I've maintained through this vlog since I've started, at least the books of Adam and Eve, because I did the first 5 chapters of Genesis. I deviated, and I'm gonna finish Adam and Eve, and we're gonna go back up to Genesis, and we're gonna keep going. But dang, I just lost my train of thought. I'm talking too much. Oh, well, okay, well, the Most High got the right one with me. I talk so much that's why I'm doing this vlog, and that's why I enjoy doing it. I want to remember what I was saying. Out of my body, pity on me and take soul out of my body, strange land. Oh, they didn't have no life before. They didn't have no life before, before the Most High gave them life. They didn't know what was going on. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, they didn't know. So it's just, it was somewhere along that. Whenever that happens, I told myself, when that happens, the Spirit is saying move forward. So I'm move forward. Because he always keeps me on point when it comes to this. So, okay, then Adam wept before the Most High and said, O Most High, O Lord, because I have transgressed a little, you have slowly plagued me in return for it. I ask thee to deliver me out of his hands, or have pity on me, and take my soul out of my body now in this strange land. Then the Most High said unto Adam, if only there had been this sighing and praying before you did transgress. Where was all this at? Where was all the sighing and praying before? Where was all the worry before? Why did you let him trick you? Why did you let her trick you? Because you could have said no to her, Adam. Where was all this at then? When she came and you knew better. She was even made after you, Adam, so you already should have known. You like the firstborn, bro. Eve is more so like a toddler compared to Adam. Gotta understand that. Anyhow, so then would thou have rest from the trouble in which you are now. If you'd have been a little bit more preemptive and thought about what you were doing before you just so flippantly, blindedly drove off the side of a cliff, human in 2025, then maybe your car wouldn't have crashed and burned and blew up on top of you at the bottom, and you tried to walk back up to the top, climb back up to the top with no legs because your legs got blew off proverbially. You know how hard that is? You kept falling because it's super hard. You had to get a rope from the Spirit of the Most High to get back to the top. The only way you're going to get that is if you repent. You don't like repenting. So you climbing with no legs after you done just sped off the cliff. And that's what the Spirit just told Adam. Where was all this at before then, bro? Stop all that. Like I told y'all about Ezra earlier, the Spirit of the Most High don't play. I just said this to someone earlier. The Spirit of the Most High does not play, bro. This is not like peaches and cream, like glitter and rainbows. And when I say that, I mean from the angle of when it comes down to right, wrong, higher, lower, is not a joke. It's really seriously not a joke. It's not a human charge for morality. That's a spiritual charge upon the planet. That's an energetic charge upon the planet. That's a frequency-driven charge upon the planet. Right, wrong. People think it got something to do with humans. Religiosity. So he said, if you would have thought twice, you'd have prevented all that. First human. But Yahweh, the Most High, had patience with Adam. Because you felt that tensity right there. Like, what you talking about, bro? Where was all this at when you ABC 1, 2, 3, bro? And he said, you know what? I'm be patient with you because you ain't no better. But so the Most High had patience with Adam and let him and Eve remain in the cave until they had fulfilled the 40 days. But as to Adam and Eve, their strength and flesh withered from fasting and praying, from hunger and thirst, for they had not tasted either food or drink since they left the garden, nor were the functions of their bodies yet settled, and they had no strength left to continue in prayer from hunger until the end of the next day to the 40th. They were fallen down in a cave, yet what speech escaped their mouths was only in praises. Wow. They hungry. They going through it. The enemy keeps trying to kill them. The Most High is getting at them. Like, they going through it. But there's still a praise on the mouth. I don't even need to say it because that'll preach itself away. Sometimes when you in the cave and you been in that boy praying, fasting, waiting, fighting, being slandered, all that, keep a praise on your mouth. Why? Because soon as you start being negative, guess who you just invited in? And if your brain prompts you and you respond to it and you don't check yourself, guess who you just invited in? You better hit them at the door. Not today, Satan. You better get your little grimy stink butt on away from here, dog. Ain't nothing for you up in this, boy. That's the end of the verse, y'all. I mean, that's the end of the chapter. That's the final verse. Next up is chapter 60. LX 60. All right. The devil appears like an old man. He offers a place of rest. 89th day. So that's a big jump because remember, at the top of the previous verse, I think it says the end of the 40th day from when they were praying. And remember, they started praying at about the 50-something day, 53rd or something like that. So remember what I told you was going to advance a little bit. So our next chapter, there's some things that started to happen on about that 89th day. So now they're moving forward. And it's been some time moving forward. And y'all come back for the next one. Man, chapter 60 is about 30 verses, so I'm definitely not gonna be able to do 2 chapters on that one. So I think I might go ahead and do chapter 60 right now while I'm sitting here doing this one. Y'all be blessed, yo. Peace.